Welcome to the last day of March. I'm Cole Young, and the end of March means the end of March Madness, and the Final Four is set to tip off tomorrow. Since 1979, when the NCAA tournament was first seeded, there's never been a Final Four without a number 1, 2, or 3 seed. Number 4 UConn will be the highest seed, while Miami and San Diego State were both awarded number 5 seeds, and FAU received a 9 seed. After UConn pulled the surprise upset over Gonzaga 82-54, they've advanced to take on Miami. Miami came this far after pulling a few upsets of their own, knocking out number 1 Houston and number 2 Texas in consecutive rounds of the tournament. UConn is currently a 5.5-point favorite over Miami and is the favorite to win the entire tournament. The Huskies and Hurricanes face off tomorrow night at 5:49 to fight for their spot in the national championship game. On the other side of the bracket, San Diego State has shocked the world by making it to the Final Four. After taking down number 1 seed Alabama, who many experts predicted would win the tournament, SDSU pulled off a narrow win over Creighton to earn their spot in the Final Four. The Aztecs have appeared in the NCAA Division I tournament 15 times with a combined record of 10-14. They have reached the Sweet 16 3 times in 2011, 2014, and 2023, and this year they reached the Elite Eight and the Final Four for the first time in history. But now they're set to square off with the Florida Atlantic University Owls. FAU came into the tournament as a 9 seed, but has shown they deserve to be in this tournament and have a legitimate chance to win it all. FAU and SDSU will also take place tomorrow at 3:09 p.m., and the Aztecs are currently 2-point favorites. Be sure to watch both of these matchups and see which 2 teams can come out on top and make their way to the national championship game, which will be on Monday the 3rd. A quick fun fact, only 1 school has ever won the men's basketball and football national championships in the same year, and that was the Florida Gators during the 2006 and 2007 season. Coincidentally, both victories were against Ohio State. The women's Final Four takes place tonight, with number 1 South Carolina taking on number 2 Iowa and number 1 Virginia Tech against number 3 LSU. All 4 of these teams are stacked with talent, but if I had to pick a winner, I'd say I'd keep an eye on LSU, as they're on a bit of a hot streak at the moment and are led by forward Angel Reese, who is averaging 23 points per game and shooting 53% from the field. The Women's National Championship is this Sunday at 12:30 p.m., so be sure to check out which school will be crowned national champs. MLB opening day has finally arrived. All 30 teams began their seasons yesterday, and baseball season is officially underway. The Angels and Shohei Ohtani faced off against the Oakland A's, the Padres played at home against the Colorado Rockies, and the Dodgers were at home in LA against the Diamondbacks. All these series continue throughout the weekend, and baseball will pretty much be on every day from now until October, so enjoy the ride. Last season, I predicted 2 of the 3 SoCal teams would make the playoffs, and the Padres and Dodgers were both able to make it to the postseason, so I was right. Going out on a limb this year, predicting all 3 teams will make the playoffs. Hopefully, the Angels don't let me down for the 10th straight season. But the Angels were ranked in the top 10 in terms of pitching rotation this offseason, and with new free agency pickups like Hunter Renfroe and the return of Anthony Rendon and David Fletcher, they should be true to form this year, barring any injuries or unforeseen issues. In the NBA, the playoff picture is slowly coming along. In the West, the top 3 seeds, the Nuggets, Grizzlies, and Kings, have all clinched their spots in the postseason. In the East, the Cavaliers have joined the Bucks, Celtics, and Sixers. The Lakers take on the Timberwolves tonight and are still fighting for their spot in the West, as well as the Clippers, who will face New Orleans tomorrow night. The play-in games begin on April 11th. In the NHL playoff picture, the Bruins, Leafs, Hurricanes, Devils, and Rangers have clinched a playoff spot and will fight their way towards a Stanley Cup in a few weeks. Meanwhile, along with a handful of other teams, and to no one's surprise, the Ducks have been eliminated from playoff contention. Next season is their year, maybe. If you're into cars and racing, F1 is back on this weekend at the Australian Grand Prix. So far, Red Bull has won the first 2 races and are looking to complete another championship run. The race starts at 10 p.m. on Saturday night, so if you're going to be up late, check out the race. To close out the show, I had to provide some sort of NFL update. The saga this offseason of Baltimore Ravens quarterback and NFL MVP Lamar Jackson has been odd to say the least. Several teams have claimed that even though Jackson is a restricted free agent, they will not pursue him. Jackson went on social media earlier this week and claimed that he requested a trade from the Ravens back on March 2nd after the team refused to meet his demands of a large and long-term contract. As I said, Jackson is an MVP with a career record of 45-16 and a once-in-a-lifetime talent, so the fact that teams that currently don't have a franchise quarterback have stated they won't pursue him in free agency strikes me as odd. Jackson is hinting that he will not play for the Ravens under his current contract, so the drama will continue to build as the NFL season draws near. Thank you, as always, for joining me on this week's edition of Sports Corner. Be sure to check out the opening weekend of baseball and the closing weekend of college basketball, and I will see you right back here next Friday. I'm Cole Young. Have a great weekend.